Hello everyone, Triple here, and I'm here with another episode of the NNDL. Um, I'm kind of posting these back to back because I didn't have anything to post in between. Um, I have a new series in the work, a new Pokemon series, but I don't have that finished yet, so I just kind of chose to upload this just to keep up to date with the NNDL battles. This week we're facing off against BK, who coaches the Motostoke Darumakas. And he said to me before our battle that he's kind of memeing, but even still he has a lot of really scary mons on his team. And I've heard before that people are memeing, but like often they bring one or two good mons to still try to win. And I'm kind of scared of that. I'll put up his team. He has, of course, the Galarian Darmanitan. Altaria, Mega Altaria is a threat. Nidoking, Thunderous Incarnate. But like, one of the things I'm most scared of is Calmine Suicune. Which could be, like, it could destroy me very easily. I decided not to bring like Toxic for this battle, which is kind of like a risk, but like if he wins via Suicune, he wins via Suicune. I can't really stop that. For lead, this is like my play. I'm gonna immediately set up Sun and sweep with Venusaur. Try to get rid of as many Pokemon as I can. Because of this, I ran Silvally Normal, and the interesting thing about Silvally Normal is Silvally Normal doesn't have to hold one of the discs. I forgot what they're called, but like he doesn't have to hold the disc, so that means I can get Heat Rock and get 8 turns of Sun out of this. Plus, because I'm max HP, max defense, the only things that stop this are Double Band Darmanitan Galarian with superpower, or Jirachi flinching me constantly. Those are the only two things that can stop this. Which means, oh wait, Infernape might get taunt actually. Anyway, I get almost guaranteed Sun Up. He's not gonna make a commitment to kill this from Darmanitan first turn, so this is fairly safe. And then I can Parting Shot out into Venusaur, which will be very, very nice. I also bring Hyper Voice and Shadow Ball. Hyper Voice is just nice stab, and Shadow Ball hits the Jirachi and the Dhelmise, which is very nice. It is just like the name says, it's nothing special, but like because of it being a normal type and sunny day, I can almost guarantee get Sun Up and sweep right from the get-go. With Venusaur is of course still holding Mail. 4 attacks this time. I'm bringing max speed but modest, max special attack. With Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb hits the Mega Altaria, hits the Dhelmise somewhat, plus it becomes max ooze, which means special attack boosts, which is very, very nice. I have Giga Drain with Spine Lash, helps versus Suicune, of course. Earth Power hits Jirachi and Nidoking, plus it gives me Spit Death boosts, which might be handy versus the Suicune. And lastly, I have Weather Ball, which of course turns into a Fire type move versus Jirachi and Dhelmise, which is nice. But it can also be used as a max strike versus Thunderous and non-Mega Altaria. Also, Fire type Weather Ball hits Darmanitan. I'm just kind of like, I'm leading Sun and I'm clicking buttons. I don't have to think much about it, I'm just gonna click buttons and kill a few of his mons, and that really opens the way for me. And for his Infernape, which like I feel like his Infernape might kill me, I can then go Blastoise and Shell Smash up and wreak havoc. Only problem is I think Delmice can live this. Also, any sashed mons can be annoying for this, just like with Venusaur. But most things die to this. I have Surf, Ice Beam, Aura Sphere. Surf hits most things, like Jirachi, Infernape, Nidoking, Absol, Audino. I have Aura Sphere, which hits a few things super effectively, like the Darmanitan and the Absol, which would be nice, and Ice Beam for Dalmice and Thunderous, and kind of for Altaria. But the one thing this can't really break is Suicune. It can still do a lot of damage, but Suicune is just really bulky. So that could be and if he's like especially defensive, that could be an answer to this. But I like if he sets some Calm Minds, then it's kind of over for me. I can try to set up alongside it, but that's tough. I do have Convey. Convey is cleanup this time. I just need to get rid of Jirachi and Nidoking, and from that point, my Convey will like take care of most of his mons, which is really nice. Basically, free actually. Like Jirachi, of course, is a threat, but I have the tools to get rid of it, so I'm not all too worried. Also, my Charizard wanted to drop. Of course, still the Suicune is a problem, but Earthquake, Flare Blitz, Steel Wing hits a lot for a lot of damage, no matter what it hits. Steel Wing is specifically for the Altaria. The rest I just kind of Flare Blitz or Earthquake. I have Roost here just in case like Absol tries to pick me off with Sucker Punch. I can Roost on that and live one, and that's just a kind of safety precaution. And last I have Praise RNG, the new, which he requested for me to bring this set. It's because like it's max speed and both attack and special attack 126, because it's Metronome. Metronome picks a random move, and I'm just gonna gamble with this. I do have substitute softball psychic, mostly for the Absol. If the Absol comes in, I can substitute on it and then click Metronome without having to worry about the Sucker Punch. But yeah, this probably goes terribly wrong, but it'll be funny. So actually, I don't even know if it gets to come out. I kind of hope so, but I'm also kind of scared to use it because it will let Suicune set up, or Darmanitan set up, or something set up, and that's something I want to avoid. Yeah, that's just kind of like the team. I'm really hoping Venusaur gets to break giant holes into his team early, because that just makes stuff way easier for me. And if Blastoise gets in Suicune, I will always do as much damage as I can to it. As for what I think he's gonna bring, Darmanitan, Jirachi, Suicune, Altaria, probably Thunderous, and then either Infernape or Nidoking. It's kind of like, I know BK asked a lot of people to make sets for him, so I don't really know what's coming here, and that's pretty scary. I guess we'll have to see how this goes in the battle. I'm hoping my strat goes well, but I'll have to try. So this is a bit unfortunate. I was editing the video and I got to my recording of the battle. I had it recorded live, and halfway through the audio messed up, so I couldn't use that, and instead I'm gonna have to have my not as legit reactions to stuff in the replay. But yeah, The battle, like, he brought pretty much what I expected. And like, this is like very scary to me. My first thought was, alright, I'm pretty sure I can safely lead Sylvelli. I don't think he's gonna make the commitment of double band superpower like turn 1. So he probably just U-turn out on me. And instead he leads Absol, which is a very interesting one. Also, he told me beforehand, like in the week before our battle, he asked people to give him sets to use. And like, he's credited some of them in the name. But that's just like, it makes this really interesting team because I can't really predict what most of this is. I do of course have assumptions, and this was actually really interesting. He misses Iron Toe, unfortunate, but he was super lens with crit moves. Yeah, he substitutes up. I parting shot into it. Venusaur. This was my game plan. My game plan was going Sylvelli, sweeping turn 1, because he doesn't really have anything for this. So I get Drain. I kill him with Max Ooze, just to get a special attack boost. Hold up, what? Negating special attack boost penalty? Oh, that's because the crit. Yeah. He goes into Darmanitan, and my first thought is, what if this is Sash? So I decided to click Fine Lash. Fine Lash will kill, unless it's Sash, obviously. But if it's Sash, I get to take it down with me, because the continuous damage. But he misses Icicle Crash, and this, I talked with BK about this. This sucks. This was like, he could have killed Venusaur, and I would have been forced to go like Blastoise. Also, he was Zen mode, which could have been troublesome, because Zen mode is fast. Like, that thing zooms. And like, that means Venusaur would have been out, and that's my main sweeper. But he misses here, and for that he dies to I like how this is phrased, the G-Max Fine Lash's ferocious beating. This counts as an indirect kill, actually. That's kind of interesting, because it was still a Pokemon that was in my face. But because I didn't directly kill it and the Fine Lash killed it, that's an indirect kill. He goes Altaria. Now, what I said in the battle was, I'm clicking Max Ooze here. He shouldn't Mega Evolve here. He should play this smartly and stay immune, like resistant or neutral to most of my attacks. Fine Lash, Max Ooze is still my best option. Does a lot of damage. And I still have Sun Up because of the Heat Rock on Sylvelli, which means Hyper Voice doesn't kill me, I just get another one. He goes Jirachi, which I get a Weather Ball off on, immediately kills it. He later told me that this was Cosmic Power, Stored Power, which I'm really happy that I knocked this out, because that set is scary. And I didn't really bring any answers to that. I also didn't bring Toxic, which surprised me afterwards, because Suicune, Command Suicune terrified me. He goes Nidoking. I try to preserve Venusaur for the Suicune, so I go Charizard, thinking EQ will kill, but no contact, so it just barely misses out. Sylvelli comes in here. And I know Sylvelli, I have a physically defensive max HP Sylvelli, so I can take any hit from him. I can Hyper Voice the Nidoking and then Parting Shot out on the Suicune, so that was just really safe. I didn't get to go Mew. I go I go Blastoise. He shows Snarl. Snarl is actually really interesting. My White Orb gets used, which is kind of unfortunate. And I decide to set up on this. And this is actually really cool because he's Air Slash, which hits my Venusaur, obviously. And he's Assault Vest here. I was like, this is such a bulky Suicune, but he was Assault Vest, which is really cool for a set. Because look at this, this is +2 Aura Sphere, and it did 24. I set up the Sun, thinking I can possibly hit this with Venusaur. I go into Venusaur, which is a mistake because Air Slash. And I sweep with Comfy eventually because Comfy with Calm Mind is hard for him to stop. Since I resist Snarl, it doesn't really matter to me. And the hit rate does a surprising amount. I was kind of scared this was Rest at the time, but like I said, he was Assault Vest, so he couldn't have rested. And this was just like that Icicle Crash miss that was huge. That was like the real turning point for me to sweep him. And like I said, that sucks so much. That's just something that shouldn't really happen. That like key moments like that. But like he played this very well, and like Sash, Galarian Darmanitan was a really good bring here. I loved Crit, Absol. The Assault with Suicune was actually really cool because it dealt with my Blastoise, it could deal with my Venusaur, it somewhat dealt with my Comfey, so that was just a really cool bring. Altaria, I feel like kind of underplayed because Hyper Voice didn't kill, obviously, and that cost him a lot. So, but all in all, like he played pretty well for the fact that like he got hexed hard, and I'm really like he brought it still pretty close, even though he had that key loss. Anyway, I'm not gonna end it here. I have another thing I'm gonna do after this, so I'll see you there. So this is kind of what I wanted to do. Some of you might recognize this. This is the site from Automatic. He made this site which like very easily shows everything about drafts, and he was nice enough to let us use it. So this just kind of shows all the information you need to have, the rankings, the schedule, stuff like that. And I just kind of, because BK was our 7th opponent, and as you might see, there's 14 opponents in the draft, which means this was the halfway point. So I kind of wanted to go over the rankings really quick and just talk about them a bit. Of course, I'm in first with now 7-0 and plus 23, I believe. I'm really still going for that flawless season, so I'm really hoping to keep this at a 0. We have the Green Flag Glades at 4-2. These guys all still need to do their week 7 battle, which one was looking very scary in the beginning of the season, so it makes sense that he would be high up the ranking. Bristol Bishops is CT, I believe. Yes, CT. Has a very scary. We have yet to face him, but he has a very scary like Heatran plus Gastrodon plus Rillaboom immunity kind of team, and that's really scary. Cosmic Chaos we faced are also going 4-2. This is kind of the middle part of the ranking. Slurpy Sluggers, I believe we face him next week, is Jam. I'll talk about the matchup then, of course. He's going 4-3 right now. Yeah, still like really good. Since you only need like 7 or 8 wins to get into playoffs, they're well on their way. Charcoal Charizard, same score. Karner van Konkeldurs at 3-3, still need to do one. But that differential, if they win this, that will put them immediately at least up here, if not higher. So that's really good. Kellyan Black City Bishops has had some things going on, so he missed 2 battles. Still really good shot. This is Aku. I face him week 9, I think. Also 3-2, also missed, but I know he's had some stuff go on in real life, so he's a bit busy with that. He will catch up though, and as I think he already caught up on one of the battles, but the site just hasn't uploaded it yet. Team Ivory, we faced them first round, the Rain, 2-3. They had a rough start to this, but I feel like they're starting to figure things out, and they're like really growing and learning how to use their draft, and that's just really good. And also, a thing is, since you only need like 7 or 8 wins, these bottom few teams are not out yet. Like, they still have a chance to win and to get into playoffs, and that's just really, really good. Gaylord Drizzles 1-5. Differential isn't that good, but like, you can still catch up. They still need to do one battle. These guys still. This is Heltham City Hydreigon. It's actually a new team. They replaced someone, I don't remember who, but they completely changed the team. Now it's more of Gen 7 meta, because like Scizor, Garchomp, Tornadus, Blacephalon, Pini, Hoopa, Roserade. This is like very much so Gen 7, and it looks really scary, so they might just make a comeback. The Motostoke Darumakas BK, we just faced them. They're going to have a bit lower, but like, I know BK has had a lot of stuff happen in real life, and he's been struggling to keep up with everything. So I really hope he gets some. Yeah, he needs to like. BK, we faced him we faced him right before this. I did talk to him, and like, he's had some real doubts about Pokemon because he keeps getting hexed. And I talked to him, and I mentioned that Ice School Crash miss was just like BS, because that was just stupid. But yeah, he has had some doubts about Pokemon, and he's had some stuff go on in his life, and it's just not looking up for him. So I really hope stuff gets better for him. I lost the Baltimore Bayleafs. I believe this is a new team too. Yeah, this is a team that took over for Snowy, and it's still the same team. Still a very threatening team. Lopunny, Zygarde, Zapdos, of course, very scary. Sandslash is a threat, but no heal, no direct heal at least. This is still a really scary team, and with a new coach that has all the chance to come back. They do need to catch up on 3 more battles, which is kind of crazy. But that's just kind of the standings overall. Also, something on the site is we have statistics, which is kind of just fun. We have kill leaders, which Venusaur is on with like now 17 kills. compared to the rest. Like, you get some surprising stuff in drafts, like Latios, Rillaboom, Dragapult makes sense. But then you have Rotom Wash in here, and you're just like, what happened? Active season deaths per match, Sylvelia is in here. Died once, Convey, Venusaur. This is just how much you brought it versus how much it died. Active coach winnings, percentages, season's most deaths. Am I in there? I don't know. Yes, I'm not in the active season's most deaths. Most brought, Charizard is in there. Mew is in there. This is just like some fun extra information you can just look at. This is like, I love seeing stuff like this, because then you can like see all the stuff that went down, kind of. Anyway, I think I'm gonna leave it here. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.